See, that's the thing with the whole situation. The Department of Education isn't under any pressure. Because we remember there was a motion to enforce the settlement in the first place, and there was also reports that they had to provide over that time period to let the courts know where they were with processing borrowers defense applications for class members. And during that time, they were very much aware of where they stood as far as being able to get applications processed. So the Department of Education, they're very strategic in the sense of in what they are doing, whether we know it or not. But this time it didn't work. But as far as to answer your question, if the Department of Education approves a bunch of post-class applicants in the settlement, and because there's a new judge that is now presiding, because Judge Alsop retired, can they approve these applications and then later file a motion with the new judge and say, hey, can we go ahead and reverse that? In order for them to do something like that, first and foremost, they would have to have a basis. And we know the Department of Education, for them to approve a bunch of applications to come back and say, oh, my bad, that was an error. We should, mind you, this isn't, I guess when we think about it, it is something that they would do, but they would have to have some evidence to support that, to come back and want a reversal of some approvals. Yeah, you're gonna provide some evidence as to why you gonna make a claim like that or put a request in like that. But that's why it's important too when borrowers are putting in these applications that you providing truthful information, because of course if they were to go and do a research on a borrower and find out you made a false claim or something like that, finding new evidence against a individual, that may warrant them to come back and reverse it. But I don't know if that's something that will happen. I'm not sure. I would hope not, but as long as you put your application in, you're being truthful. Hey, they do the work, and they come back with whatever the response is. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But we never know with the department. But no, I really don't think that's going to happen.